Okay, so let's start with session 7. Okay, so in session 5, this time last week, we covered, we talked at length and also in depth about a very difficult task type in IELTS reading, which is true, false, not given, right? We took longer than expected. And that's why we were not able to cover the multiple choice questions part. However, today we're going to do that, so don't worry. And before we study the new task types, let's correct the homework from last time. So I already mentioned in Google Classroom that we will correct your answers to exercise number 16, right? Modern and postmodern sculpture. And this exercise has 9 questions in total. However, for now, we're only gonna check answers from number 1 to number 6 because these are the true, false, not given, right? And yeah, and then after finishing with the feedback, then we will work with the theory in terms of how to do a multiple choice question. And after that, we will jump back into the rest of this exercise, okay? So for now, I'm just gonna focus on from number 1 to number 6 first. Okay, so modern and postmodern sculpture. Just as a question to to understand better about your self-study process at home, Chị Linh, do you think that this text was difficult in any way for you?
It's not too hard to understand. I made 2 wrong answers.
Still, but it's difficult, right? This task type is actually, it's not easy. So yeah, don't worry if you get some answers wrong. But that's the reason why last time I had to take that long, you know, because I want to be as clear as possible in terms of the action plan. But I know that when we go into the practice, a million scenarios can happen, right? And there's never going to be enough theory to apply in a real life situation. So yeah, don't worry if you have wrong answers, because everybody has that, right? So the point of correcting in class with each other is to understand why we made that mistake. And as I mentioned last time, making mistakes is actually the best way to learn, right? Because you remember a lot clearer, a lot longer than for the answers that you got right. So now sculpture. What is sculpture? So the topic last time was art and architecture, right? Sculpture, what does it mean?
Điêu khắc ạ.
Điêu khắc, very good. How do you describe it? Can you say it in English?
So we can use, it's like a product that we use our hand to make it, like by using a knife or something sharp to make it happen.
So we kind of use special equipment, right, to mold it or to shape it in a particular form that we want, right? So it requires a very a lot of attention to detail, right? So the person who makes the sculpture has to have a very good has to have good skills working with their hands and envisioning in advance what he or she wants to make, so that the end product can turn out looking exactly like how it was imagined in the head, right? So it's very, very difficult. It's not something that I can do, but yeah, that's art, right? So now let's check the answers for 1 till 6. So for the first 3, can you please put your answers in the chat box for number 1, 2, and 3, so that we can check with each other. So what do you do at home? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. What? Are you able to find your answers? Can you please put your answers in the chat box?
We
Okay,
did.
Chị Linh,
I
did he?
already put it in the chat box.
I don't see anything actually.
What?
Maybe he sent it to Chị Linh only.
Something wrong with my
Google
connection.
send the answer.
Okay, now I have it. But yeah, before I didn't see it. Okay, thank you. So Chị Linh, can you help me identify the keywords in question 1? What are the keywords here?
Before Rodin.
Okay, before. Wait. Sorry. The color is white, so that's why it's not working. Okay, before Rodin, yeah, sculpture was very
Realistic.
realistic. What does it mean, realistic?
Realistic is something that very close to
Real life.
yeah.
Right? Exactly. So something that yeah, close to real life, and you don't have to imagine, right? So Chị Linh and Hoa, you have 2 different answers. True and false. Okay, now let's go to the first paragraph A, because this is where we can find the answer. Chị Linh, why did you think that it's true? At home, in which line or in which part did you locate the answer for number 1?
I saw the answer in para A at line number 5.
Number 5, okay.
The first sentence captures, because I saw that sculptures typically left little to imagination, so I think it is realistic.
Typically left little to the imagination. Little means only
near 0.
exactly. So it means that it requires virtually no imagination.
Yeah.
Right?
So realistic.
Yeah. Okay. So but I can understand how it can be tricky, but that's why we need to pay attention when we identify the answers to this, right? Left little to the imagination. This means that the artist, yeah, doesn't have to imagine things too much. And then wait.
But when I checked the answer and I find out it is false, so I saw the next sentence, the next line that said Rodin can be considered a realist, and he's opposite to the previous artist. So I thought it is like I persuade myself that so the previous artist should be not realistic because Rodin is realist.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Yeah, but if I do, like a lot of time when I check the answer and I like suddenly understand why I'm wrong, but this time it's not really. It's still quite confused to me.
But I think it's really just about intensive reading, which means understanding close details in a text. So you can already see that the answer can only run from can only be in this part of the text, right? So before Rodin, sculptor told stories about the past. So this is like the not the benchmark, but what's the word for it? Đây là cái mốc mà chúng ta sẽ xác định được, bởi vì là trong câu hỏi thì nó cũng thì cái keyword của chúng ta cũng là before Rodin, right? So we start focusing more on this part. Okay. Told stories.
Can you explain how you can choose? You could choose the correct answer at home.
Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm doing it right now. Okay. Look back at first the keywords that you just underline in the first question. Okay. Before Rodin, right? Sculpture was very realistic. Okay. So I just said that before Rodin is the It's the exact phrase that you can see in paragraph A here. So
Yeah.
when you read this part, you will know that it can only be around this area. Okay, so you start focusing from this sentence onwards. Okay, trước Rodin thì những cái tác phẩm điêu khắc nó làm sao nhỉ, nó told stories about the past, and then these are very important clues here. History, religion, myth, literature, những cái thứ này có phải là có real không? Are these considered realistic? No, right? Sculptures typically left little to the imagination. Again, so this is a first hint. This is a second hint. Still, you can see that they're using past simple here, right? The past tense before Rodin, before he created artworks. Okay. Figures tended to be idealized. This is a third word that you can see. Idealized, what does it mean, Khoa?
Idealize, I think is more like imaginations.
Exactly. So idealized means, so ideal means lý tưởng, right? So it's something that people try to make so that no, that's not a good explanation. Just the perfect the idea of a perfect product that people have in their head. Okay, so the sculptures in the past tended to be idealized in some way, so that, yeah, to avoid imperfection. So it's actually unrealistic, because things that are real are not good, are not perfect. Okay, so all of these three hints, three points here point to the fact that before Rodin, things were not realistic. Sculptures were not realistic. That's it. Được không? Còn ông Rodin thì ông ấy khác ở chỗ là ông ấy không tưởng tượng, ông ấy không kiểu nghĩ ra một cái viễn cảnh hoặc là một cái gì đấy mà nó không phải là nhìn thấy bằng mắt thật, right? Ông ấy có gì ông ấy vẽ, ông ấy làm đấy thôi. Can be considered a realist in that he refused to improve on what he saw in front of him. So everything that is literally in front of him, he will make that, and he doesn't try to imagine anything that is not worldly, that doesn't exist in real life. That's it. Nghe ảo đúng không? But is it clearer?
Yeah.
Why the answer here must be false? Because there are specific words in three locations in this paragraph A, that points to the fact that sculptures before Rodin were not close to real life, right? Because religion, right? Can you see religion with your eyes? No, right? It's just it's faith. It's something that's in each person's head. It's what they, yeah, it's very abstract. You cannot see it. Yeah. Chị Linh, are you more clear about question 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Khoa, do you have the same explanation here?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's why you also chose false, right?
right.
But did you choose, but did you underline all three parts here in this part?
I just underlined the first figures tend
To be
and avoid
idealized.
imperfections. So know that idealize is something like you using your imaginations to create it, and then look at the sentence before it, and this is wrong, so I choose false.
Okay. Yeah, much simpler explanation. But yeah, that's why it's false. If there's still confusion, then we can come back later, okay? Can always discuss more. But now let's turn to question number 2. Now, Hua, can you give me the keywords in question number 2?
Expected people to interpret his sculptures.
Expected people to
in-
interpret his sculptures
his sculpture.
in their own way. This is a very important detail, in their own way. Okay, so both Hua and Ling, you have the answer true. Now, Hua, in which part did you find the answer?
Last sentence in the paragraph A.
Okay. Last sentence. Okay, the stories he told, right, were internal and conceptual. So it's very abstract and it doesn't have like a fixed structure to it, right? So it kind of invites the what do you call it? Invite other people to interpret the artwork on their own, and he doesn't try to project any one idea or one message behind the product, right? So there was no right or wrong way to interpret them. Okay, very good. So it's true. Number 3, you both think that it's not given. Okay, back to Ling. Can you tell me what do you think are the keywords here? Number 3.
Study sculpture techniques,
Okay. Sculpture techniques of the Greeks
right? Romans.
and the Romans, right? So why do you think it's not given? Is there any detail that is mentioned in the text at all?
Yeah, they mentioned Greeks and Romans, but
Mhm.
they didn't mention that Rodin learned their techniques.
Okay, Rodin was inspired by the fragments of Greek and Roman sculpture. Inspired, that means that he knew about these fragments, right? And he kind of he took inspiration from that in order to create his own work. However, exactly, it doesn't say anything about whether or not he actually went there to study. So we don't know, right? So we cannot say that it is false because there's no information to prove that it is opposite to the statement. So it's not false, it's just not given. Okay, very good. Now for number 4 till 6, can you give me your answers in the chat box? Okay, I can see there's also one difference. So number 4, let's look at number 4. Now back to Hua. What are the keywords here?
The keywords here is incomplete figures and still artistic works.
Still artistic works. Rodin felt that. Now, what does it mean incomplete? Hua?
Incomplete.
Yeah, what does it mean?
Like some things that we're not done it yet.
Not finished, right?
Yeah.
Not not in full form yet. Okay, very good. So felt that incomplete figures, and both of you think that it is true. Hua, in which paragraph do you find the answer?
Be in the second sentence.
Yep.
He said the paragraph told me that he was one of the first sculptors that to treat fragments or parts of figures as complete work of art.
Exactly. Very good.
Who's
So
as complete work of art.
fragments. What does it mean, fragments?
Like a
What is a fragment?
I saw this word a lot in the game, but I don't know.
In the game. But I don't know, right? Elaine, can you help?
Is that like piece?
Yeah, a piece. A piece as in a piece in a whole, right? A fragment of something is only one small part of it. So it's opposite to whole, right? Whole means everything. Fragments means only little bits and pieces of a thing. Những cái mảnh, những cái mảng, right? Parts of figures as well. So he doesn't see this as incomplete work, but he regard them as yeah, just art, right? So yeah, it's true. Very good. So at home, I hope that you also remember to do this thing, right? You write on the margin that this is the location for sorry, number 4. This is question number 4. Yep. Now, number 5, there is a difference here between your two answers. Number 5, Chị Linh, can you tell me what are the keywords?
The proper name of the sculpture, large hand of a pianist.
Large hand of a pianist.
Tries convey music being played.
Everything, right? Tries to convey music being played. Okay, so this one talks about a very particular work of his. And Chị Linh thinks that it is not given. Khoa thinks that it is true.
Yeah, but this time I know that's my fault because I was too careful.
You thought you were overthinking, right? You thought about it too much. That's what happens. But yeah, for IELTS reading, it's really about surface level reading. That's why yeah, that's why if you are reading like a proper academic article, skimming and scanning are not good skills to apply. So yeah, in this course, because I'm teaching you to take the IELTS, that's why skimming and scanning are vital. However, yeah, from my experience reading in real life, in an academic setting, these two skills are not enough, and it requires skills that you are actually applying right now, which is trying to infer and trying to, yeah, go deeper into the arguments that the writer is writing. So, but for IELTS, just remember, it's just surface. Okay, don't think about it too much. But Chị Linh?
For the first question, I try not to think choose the right answer.
Well, it happens, right? So, but it mentions the name of the work, right? Large hand of a pianist. So where is it? Can you show me?
Yeah, the 5th line of para B.
Yep, still paragraph B. One of
Large-
his most famous works is Large Hand of a Pianist. Okay, so we start here.
Next, the next 3 line.
In
is
this piece, he demonstrated one of the characteristics of modern art, to make visible things that are not, such as energy, sound, and rhythm. So these are things that we cannot see with our eyes. And he tries to, yeah.
elongated fingers to make visible music being played.
He sculpted, ông ấy nhào nặn ra những cái elongated fingers, những cái ngón tay mà dài hơn bình thường, đúng không? Nó được kéo dài ra. To make visible music being played effortlessly. So this is the clues here. Yep. Effortlessly tức là làm sao nhỉ? Chơi một cách rất là mượt, đúng không? Như kiểu là không phải cố gắng gì cả. Right? So yeah, tries to convey music being played. So the motivation or the idea behind this artwork is that he wants to demonstrate how something that is invisible, right, can be made visible through a sculpture. So yeah, so here it should be true. How did you overthink this one?
I don't know, because I just do not remember the meaning of the word convey. So
Okay, convey just means truyền tải thông điệp, right? Yeah, put out a message. That's what it means, convey, truyền tải. Okay.
and the word tries,
What is it? Which word?
It doesn't matter, but I just
convey.
Because the phrase "make visible music being played effortless." I just not sure. So
Okay, maybe the grammar in this phrase is a bit complex, but if you break it down, it's actually very easy. Make visible something. So you make something that's not visible. Tức là làm hiện ra, right? Make visible something. Đấy, tức là làm hiện ra cái cái trạng thái là đang có một bản nhạc được chơi một cách effortlessly. Tức là bình thường mình nghe nhạc thì mình chỉ nghe thôi, mình không nhìn thấy được. Nhưng mà đấy, tức là ông không nặn ra nhạc, nhưng mà ông nặn ra cái tay mà chơi nhạc. Thì nói chung là nó đòi hỏi một cái trí tưởng tượng nhất định, right? But yeah, but here in terms of what you can read in the text, then yeah, it's very clear. He makes visible music being played. Yeah, nhạc mà đang được chơi. Okay. Number 6, let's end the exercise. Number 6, back to khóa. What are the keywords?
The keywords here is believe the surface.
Rodin đã. Okay, ông này. Rodin believed the
Sur-
surfaces. What does it mean, surfaces? Khóa.
Bề mặt à?
Đúng rồi, những cái bề mặt. Surfaces of sculptures should be smooth. All right. And okay, both of you think that it's false. Why is it false?
Because in the paragraph C,
Yeah,
we
paragraph C.
know that he have create two new techniques that's marcotage and assemblage. Both of these techniques is like merge some things that not really makes sense with each other in the first time together.
Okay.
And that's how I know that this is not the true answer.
Okay. Techniques of repeatedly. But actually, there is one sentence that I think you forgot to mention. This is very important to identify the answer for this, because here it says, so if you look back at statement number 6, I will just maybe write it here. Right, 6. Rodin believe the surfaces of sculpture should be smooth. So one of the keywords that you just underlined earlier is smooth. What does it mean, smooth?
But
Đúng rồi, mịn, đúng không nhỉ? Ở đoạn C này thì người ta đang nói đến việc là đây ông Rodin, ông ấy thường làm việc với chất liệu đồng và rất là thích, tức là rất là thích thử nghiệm những cái gọi là hiệu ứng ánh sáng mà đồng nó tạo ra ở trên những cái mặt phẳng mà nó gọi là irregular surfaces, tức là những cái mặt phẳng nó không mượt đấy, nó không mịn đấy. Okay, cụ thể là gì? He realized that light bouncing off textured bronze surfaces, tức là những cái mặt đồng mà nó textured. What does it mean, textured? Chị Linh, can you yeah, not smooth. nó gập ghềnh. Okay, textured means there are like up and down like this, you know. Yeah, textured bronze surfaces. He realized that these types of surfaces could create the illusion of movement, right? So yeah, so actually the whole paragraph C, and especially from the first sentence until this part, it proves that no, he actually does not like the traditional surface that other people used. He particularly likes to make all of the surfaces in his works textured. Okay, so yeah, this sentence is also very important. And yeah, this word is kind of the key here. If you can remember, if you can understand it, then you will know that it's the opposite of smooth. That's why it's false. Okay, hiểu từ những cái từ keyword rất là quan trọng. Còn cái đoạn sau là khi mà người ta nói về cái chuyện là chính là vì ông thích những cái mặt phẳng mà nó cũng gập ghềnh như thế nên ông ấy đã pioneer, tức là ông ấy đã tiên phong chế tạo ra hai cái technique gọi là đây A và B như thế này. A là một cái technique mà được tạo thành bởi cái này cái kia, thì thực ra những cái thông tin này lại không quan trọng để giải thích cho câu 6, đúng không Khoa? Bởi vì là nó không nói gì đến cái chuyện là những cái mặt phẳng này thì nó có smooth hay là không, đúng không? Nó chỉ là nói rõ hơn về chuyện là từ cái interest đấy, từ cái fascination đấy thì ông ấy đã làm gì với những cái tác phẩm riêng của ông ấy. Thế nhưng mà để mà trả lời câu 6 thì thực sự là nó sẽ chạy từ câu 1 đến cái đoạn assemblage này. Ok, nên là mình sẽ phải xác định đúng hơn cái location của câu trả lời để mình make sure 100% là đấy chính là câu trả lời. Đó, thì cái việc hiểu từ rất là quan trọng đấy, texture ở đây. Okay, very good. So I can see that Hoa, you got all 6 correct answers. Very well done. Chị Linh, this is only the first time of doing this task type. So if you got 2 wrong, it's very, very normal. So I believe that at home when you do more do more exercises of this type, then yeah, you get more correct answers. So, and also, yeah, don't worry, because today we will also come back to the yes, no, not given task type. So you will have more chances to work with, identify whether or not a statement is in accordance with the information in the text or not. Okay, so yeah, very good job. So now we will continue with the task type that we were not able to cover this time last week, which is multiple choice question. And we will stay in this book, and we will just simply move up a little bit. Okay, so multiple choice questions. So last time we only covered true, false, not given. Now, Khoa, can you help me read out loud this introduction of this task type?
The multiple choice test type consists of mixed questions and sentence to complete. In both cases, there are 4 options to choose from. Sets of question will focus on one paragraph or part of the text.
Okay.
So we will focus on the text as a whole.
Okay. The
Question.
questions will
Of the text.
So this is a very important detail, because for some task types, the order of the questions is not the same as the order of the information in the text. That's why you have to move your eyes a lot around the passage when you're trying to find the answer. However, if you see that it's a multiple choice question task type, then you can be sure that all of the answers will go in the same order. So yeah, it's kind of like a, not really reassurance, but I think in terms of your psychology, like your level of confidence, if you are sure that it's only going to be the same order, then it's going to make it easier for you to catch the right answer. So yeah, so remember that it's going to follow the same order. And like Hua just mentioned, so there are 2 types of multiple choice questions. So the first type, the questions will focus on only one paragraph. So you can just pay attention to one specific part in a whole passage, right? However, there are going to be questions that are more broad. So these are usually called global multiple choice questions. And for these questions, you will have to read, not really read, but you have to have a very comprehensive understanding of the whole passage in order to find the correct answer or correct option. So it's just different levels of, no, not really different levels of attention, but just focusing either like zoom in or zoom out when you read. So yeah, that's the only difference. So I will but switch a little bit to the slides that we were doing last time. So this is type number 6 already. So you can see that, yeah, we have covered almost half of reading. Okay, so we're going very, very fast. Okay, yeah, this is what Hua just mentioned, just read out loud here. And because of the different types of information that this task type requires the readers to find. Both the core skills, skimming and scanning, will be applied into doing this. So you will have to simultaneously keep an eye out for finding the main idea of the passage of the text, and at the same time, if the question asks you to answer a very specific detail, then you will have to locate, like we just did 5 minutes ago with the homework, right? So we will have to go specifically into each paragraph and find, okay, so where is the answer located? And yeah, that's how we answer the more specific questions here. So both skimming and scanning. Yep, in terms of no, I don't think this one is too important to mention. So this is going to be the action plan to tackle this this task type. I put it here right away so that now that we learn about multiple choice questions, we can go back to the exercise that we just did at home and finish the other 3 questions. Okay, so very similar to what we studied already, right, with the first 5 task types. So again, pre-reading, you have work to do. So you have to also always read the instruction first to know what task type it is, and give it a very quick skim to see in which parts of the passage is the location for each answer. And then always have to find the keywords, both in the question stem and also in each of the 4 options. Okay, so yeah, it's the same as the other task types. And when you read, again, find paraphrases or synonyms, or 1 second. Trong trường hợp của bài lúc nãy là true false not given đúng không? Đấy thì nếu mà find được tìm được antonym, như là từ trái nghĩa, thì nó sẽ giúp chúng ta tìm được cái câu mà nó false, đúng không? Như lúc nãy cái câu của Khoa ấy là smooth với cả texture đấy. Đấy thì nó là những cái từ rất là cụ thể và nó là từ đối của nhau. Thì mình sẽ nhìn ra được ngay là một câu nó true hay là false. Đó, còn quay lại cái dạng bài này thì again chúng ta sẽ chỉ cần tìm cái paraphrase thôi của cái keyword đã gạch chân được ở trong câu hỏi. All right, and when we can identify the location already, then we will read around this part to get a closer understanding of the meaning. And and when we finish doing that, we can find the answer and use the pencil or the mouse, if you do it on computer, to kind of mark the number of questions on the margin, so that in the last step, post reading, you can double check your answers. Make sure that you have the correct spelling, and also make sure that it's actually the answer to the question, right? Because you always have time at the end to change your answers. So yeah, this part is going to save you a lot of time at the end. Okay, that's it. Now let's go back to the book and do some exercises. Now, let's do, no, this part is a little bit, okay, let's just do the 3 questions from 7 till 9 here with the action plan that I just gave you. And actually, I already posted the materials for session 7 on Google Classroom. So if you want to take a look at the action plan that I just showed, then you can find it already on Google Classroom. So yeah, let's try to spend about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes doing these 3 questions, okay? Once you're done, just put your answers in the chat box. Okay, so I can see that both of you have the same answers, which is good news. Okay, so let's tackle one by one. Now, number 7, Hua. Can you give me the keywords for each of the options? So assemblage was
First used by Pablo Picasso.
used by Pablo Picasso, which is a very famous name, right? In the world of abstract art. Okay, so first here is a very important word. Nhớ nha, những cái từ mà extreme nó rất là mạnh, mình sẽ cần phải để ý hơn. Okay, option B.
Only 3 basic forms.
Uses only 3 basic forms. C.
Involve several artists
Working
on
the same theme, right? So several artists, but only one theme. And D.
A single compositions.
Creates a single composition.
Number of version of an individuals.
Creates a single composition. What is a composition, class?
Compositions. I don't know.
Chi-Ling, can you help? What does it mean, composition? Not sure. Can you guess? Or maybe also not sure. That's okay. Let's look at the paragraph. I think when we refer back to the main text, then we can identify the paraphrase and know the meaning. Much more clearer of the word composition. So now, Hua, in which paragraph do you find the answer here? Which one?
I choose the longest answer. Nah, just kidding. So see here in the paragraph C,
Okay.
they say that begin with drawing techniques of repeatedly casting the same figures. Using multiple casts to create a new piece.
Yeah, perfect. So this is the part where you have to look at to find the answer. Repeatedly casting the same figure using multiple casts to create a new piece. So a composition is a compilation of different things to merge into one. That's a composition, right? So it's the same thing that's being talked about here in the last sentence. Yeah, this is the name of the work, assemblage, which was further developed later by artists like Picasso. So Picasso is not the first one to develop it, so that's why A is wrong, right? Began with Rodin's technique of this one. So creates a single composition, so only one thing out of merging different things into one. So very good. So you put on the margin here number 7. Okay, good job. Next one, question 8. Chi-Ling, can you help me point out the keywords? Number 8.
Purpose.
Right.
E.
Purpose. So what is the main idea, right? What is the point of paragraph E? Okay. Now, what are the keywords in each option?
Explain meaning, earth art.
Explain. Okay, explain is a very specific word, right? Meaning of earth art. Giải thích cái ý nghĩa của earth art. B, explain how. Kinetic sculpture. So it's a very that's one type of sculpture, right? Kinetic sculpture has evolved. What does it mean, evolve?
Goes like more than developed.
Yeah. So the noun form is evolution, right? So tiến hóa, right? So how it kind of, yeah, developed into a completely different form, right, over time. So that's evolving. C, to introduce the idea of outdoor sculpture. So yeah, it's a different type of sculpture now, not kinetic anymore. D, to show examples,
Innovative forms.
right, of innovative forms of modern sculpture. Again, it's a different type. So innovative, what does it mean?
Innovative is similarity both. Oh, no, it's like very different.
Yeah, very new, very creative, very different, right? So yeah, it's different from the things that were made before that. Okay, so both of you choose D. Chị Linh, can you show me the location?
For
Question
sure,
8.
during the paragraph E.
Paragraph E.
The first three options, A, B, C, everything, all of those options was mentioned in paragraph E.
Right.
Enough. So D is they cover all of the previous options.
Okay. Very good. Khoa, do you have the same explanation?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the purpose of paragraph E, right? So this one asks about an overall understanding of paragraph E. So if you choose either A, B, or C, then it's just one part of paragraph E. And the most comprehensive answer here must be D. That's it. Very good. And last one, number 9, both of you choose C, art installations. Here we find it in paragraph F, right? Now let's go look at paragraph F. Art installations always use mixed media, are always outdoors. Khoa, what is outdoors?
Là ngoài trời ạ.
Đúng rồi, ngoài trời đúng không? Outside, not indoors. C, usually allow viewers to interact with them and last a long time. So these are very different features. And yeah, you just need to find the paraphrase that match with each of these options. So the one that matches is the answer. So look at paragraph F, right? Chị Linh, where do you find the answer here? F.
Actually, during the process that I read the paragraph F, I opt out the three options.
Okay, that also works.
Yeah.
So how did you opt out?
Option A, the second, the fourth line of the paragraph
Yep,
F.
very good. Not necessarily in mixed media. Không cần thiết là phải mixed media, right? So A is wrong. Okay, very good.
Is wrong because they said in the next sentence like usually exhibited in indoor gallery space.
Very good. So always là một cái trạng từ chỉ tần suất nó là mạnh nhất luôn của ever frequency. Always means all the time, right? 24/7. 100% luôn rồi. Very good.
They typically last a long time. The phrase a long time made to be mentioned in the next two lines, specific time and space, but it didn't mention like the art installation lasts a long time. Just
okay.
But it's not related.
Last a long time. So it talks about the duration, right? Yeah, so this is actually it's not mentioned. So yeah, it's just simply irrelevant, không liên quan, right? Because you cannot see it here. And but C is the correct answer because of a very particular word that you can see in this in this paragraph. If you know the meaning of the word, then wait. Yeah. 2 words actually. Multisensory. What does it mean, multisensory? Khoa? Do you know what it is? Multisensory.
Never seen that before.
Okay, so you know what senses are, right? Our five senses. So hear, smell, taste, look, and feel, right? So these are senses, things that we can perceive with our senses. So multisensory means gọi là cái gì? Cái gì gọi là cái gì nhỉ? So it involves multiple senses to perceive. Yeah, that's what it means. It's an adjective, okay? Multisensory. Nhưng mà chỗ này thôi chưa đủ, nhìn tiếp này. The audience is drawn to them because they are immersive, often allowing audience participation. Right. So the important words here are đây tức là khán giả sẽ drawn to them, sẽ được thu hút bởi những cái art installation này, bởi vì là đây là những cái mà nó rất là immersive. What does it mean immersive, chị Linh?
I don't know.
Okay, so immerse is the verb and immersive is immersive is an adjective. Immersive means được gọi là gì nhỉ? So okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I think you're gonna understand the word a lot better. If yeah, so when I was in Belgium, when I was doing my master's program, I was immersed in English because everybody around me was talking in English. So and yeah, or if you go swimming in a pool, you're gonna have to immerse yourself into that pool. So immerse means just just be surrounded by like by one particular thing. So in Vietnamese I would say it means được chìm trong, đắm chìm trong, được bao phủ bởi, right? Yeah. So these types of exhibitions, they kind of invite the visitors or the audience to interact, right? To really pretend that they are in a different world and try to perceive it with their own senses. So yeah, immersive, often allowing audience participation. So these are the clues that help you to identify that the answer here must be C. Usually allow viewers to interact with them, right? Interact nghĩa là gì nhỉ? Khoa, do you know? Interact, tương tác.
Oh.
Yeah. You you interact. So it's not one way, right? You're gonna have a chance to affect it and then be affected by it, right? So it's interaction.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you've applied the techniques very successfully into doing these 3 questions. So at home, I will give you more exercises to do also to practice with multiple choice questions. And yep, that's it for finishing unit 3. And now we'll take a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we will continue with the lesson today for a different unit. Okay, so yeah, very good job. Let's take a 5-minute break. And I will end the recording here so that I will make a different one for Nga. Okay.